and welcome our beloved viewers to tonight's edition for the English news. For the highlights, we got congratulatory messages continue to pour in to the presidency. The Constitutional Council proclaims Mr. Ismail Umar Gelli President of the Republic of Djibouti. And for the international scene in the climate, time running out to tackle climate crisis, warns UN. That was our highlights for tonight. Welcome again to our newsroom, our beloved viewers. Congratulatory messages from heads of state and government of brotherly and friendly countries, as well as from eminent personalities heading important regional, continental, and international institutions, all welcoming the re-election of the head of state, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Umar Gelli, continue to pour into the presidency of the Republic. The most recent of these congratulatory messages came from the King of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and custodian of the two holy places, His Majesty Salman bin Abdul Aziz Al Saud. In the telegram sent to the head of state of Djibouti, the custodian of the two holy mosques wishes success and achievement to President Ismail Umar Gelli and hopes for a greater development and fulfillment for the Djiboutian people. The Crown Prince of the Throne of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, His Royal Highness Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdul Aziz, the Emir of Kuwait, Sheikh Nawaf Al Ahmad Al Jabir Al Sabah, the Crown Prince of the State of Kuwait, Sheikh Mish'al Al Ahmad Al Jabir Al Sabah, the President of the Republic of Poland, His Excellency Abzar Duda, and the President of the Republic of Hungary, His Excellency Janusz Eber, also sent their warm congratulations to the head of state of Djibouti. A similar message from the Italian President, His Excellency Sergio Mattarella, should also be noted. On the occasion of your re-election, I wish to send you my best wishes for success in leading your country towards more progress and development, wrote the Italian President in his message. After having carried out the verification and control operations that are in the state, such as the control of the regulatory of the voting operations, the Constitutional Council has established the results of the presidential election of April 9, 2021. The Constitutional Council, which ensures the regularity of all elections and referendum operations, and then proclaims the results, have proceeded to the verification and control of the results of the voting operations of April 9, 2021, transmitted by the Minister of Interior on Sunday, April 11. Furthermore, following a request from Mr. Zakaria Ismail Farah consisting the provisional results of the presidential elections published by the Minister of the Interior, citing numerous irregularities, the Council ruled on the request after examining it and declared it unfounded on the grounds that the independent candidate had not provided any conclusive evidence. The Constitutional Council has solemnly proclaimed on this day, on 20 April 2021, that Ismail Umar Gelli elected President of the Republic of Djibouti in accordance with Article 27 and 77 of the Constitution. 10 days after announcing the estimated results of the presidential elections that our country saw on Friday, April 9th. The President of the Constitutional Council announced today, Tuesday, the final results of these elections, in which President Ismail Umar Gelli and the independent candidate, Mr. Zakaria Ismail Farah, competed. He said, and I quote, "The Constitutional Council proceeded to the verification and control of the minutes of the voting operations for April 9, 2021, transmitted by the Ministry of Interior on Sunday, April 11. In addition, the Constitutional Council received a request to challenge the validity of the vote in all electoral districts submitted by Mr. Ismail, an independent candidate. As part of its mission to verify and monitor the regularity of the voting operations, the Constitutional Council noted that the mission orders issued for several reasons by the authorized authorities, had not been established in accordance with the conditions of the issues set by the law only in 19 polling stations with 6,000 drawings, 8,082 votes. Numerous irregularities strained the sincerity of the vote. As a result, the Constitutional Council canceled all the mission orders irregularly issued in all the voting centers, the works of the 2,881 voters of the 19 polling stations for non-respect of legal conditions necessary for the sincerity of the ballot, and also canceled as a continuous view filed with the Secretariat of the Constitutional Council during the 10-day appeal period following the announcement of the provisional results by the Ministry of Interior. The penitentiaries challenged the provisional results of the presidential election published by the Ministry of Interior, citing numerous irregularities that prevented the smooth conduct of voting operations in all electoral districts. In the second part of his speech, the President of the Constitutional Council gave a brief on the results, and I quote, "The Constitutional Council, after examining the pleas put forward by the applicants, ruled on the application and declared it unfounded, on the grounds that the independent candidates had not provided any probative evidence of the irregularities challenged as a result. In accordance with the provisions of Article 39 of the Organic Law on Elections, the Constitutional Council rejected by decision 3/2021 The written request and notification was made by ballot on Monday, April 19, 2021. The final result of the presidential elections of April 9, 2021 were determined by decision number 4, 2021 of the Constitutional Council sitting in solemn session of April 20. And it's as follows. For all registered sidewalks, 215,678 voters, 164,866. Turnout 76.44%. Involved ballouts 5,261 votes cast, 159,605 votes cast for Ismail Umar Gille, 155,291 votes cast for Zakaria Ismail Farah, 4,314. A percentage in favor of Ismail Umar Gille 97.30%, and the sufferings and percentage for Zakaria Ismail Farah 2.70%. Thus, the Constitutional Council proclaims Mr. Ismail Umar Gille President of the Republic of Djibouti in accordance with Articles 27 and 77 of the Constitutions. Within the framework of the project to improve the cleanliness and image of the city of Djibouti, the mayor of Djibouti launched a fixed fund in the commercial district in the north of the capital. These bins are placed throughout the north of the capital, unlike other bins by weight and capacity, and are intended only for the waste of people saturated in the city center. They can only accommodate used tools, such as Kleenex, cigarette ash, small boxes, light plastic, and light packages. The technical director of the mayor of Djibouti in charge of the file, Mr. Usman Abdi, gave a brief presentation of the city cleaning program and explained that these boxes, which are urban furniture, are not intended to receive waste from homes nor stores. In his speech, the technical director indicated that this is the first time in our country that a fixed storage box has been installed in every place in the city, and that this type of operation will be carried out in the rest of the city. Finally, Mr. Usman Abdi urged the residents of the city to use these funds well. Moving on, as part of the caravan of cataract surgery, a team moved to the CMH of Tajura. Indeed, the Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the Islamic Development Bank, organizes caravans of cataract surgery for the benefit of the population of the regions. Since Sunday, 18 April, Dr. Issa Boghari's team has been working in Tajura. On their arrival, the team was welcomed by the chief physician, Dr. Dembio, and the deputy prefect, Habib Jilani, and the vice president of the regional council of Tajura. A selection of patients was made beforehand in order to perform operations on a large number of patients. The caravan of cataract surgery is an opportunity for the most needy, who benefit free and on the spot in a very short time without having to suffer the wait. In his speech, the dynamic chief, Dr. Dembio, made a point of recalling the importance of this kind of activity for the population of Tajura and the regions. For the 2 days, more than 50 operations were performed, and the activities will continue for 2 more days before heading to Ubokh. The beneficiaries thanked the Minister of Health and the President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Umar Gille, for his proximity health policy. As part of the fight against smuggling, the unit of the National Police Detachment dispatched in the regions in pursuit of smuggling, in cooperation with the elements of the customs of Ad-Dakhil, seized yesterday morning an important batch of qad from Ethiopia throughout the locality of Bondara. This batch of qads consisted of 6 collars of qads of 50 bakis, each that is estimated value of 300,000 Djiboutian francs. After the arrest and the seizure, the police and custom elements proceeded to the destruction of the qads in the barracks of Dakhil. We regret to announce the death of the late Umar Awalid Abuh, who passed away yesterday in Djibouti. The deceased was born in 1964 and spent his entire career in the gendarmerie before retiring. The late Umar leaves behind a large family, including a widow, 9 children, and 13 grandchildren, and was the uncle of our colleague Muna Ahmed Awalid. Sharing the pain of the family of the late Umar Awalid Abuh, we present our sincerest condolences to all his family and pray to God to welcome him in his eternal paradise. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Moving to the international scene, climate action is needed in 2021, urges UN. 2020 was one of the 3 hottest years on record, and greenhouse gas concentrations have increased despite the health crisis. Countries must act now to protect people from the disastrous effect of climate change, the UN calls. This cry of alarm is launched as Washington recommends itself. A virtual summit on climate is organized by the American president on Thursday and Friday, to which some 40 world leaders are invited. Conservative leader Amin Laschet was voted in by his party on Monday night as the candidate to succeed Angela Merkel as to lead a legislative battle that is more uncertain than ever. After more than 6 hours of virtual meetings, the Executive Committee of the Christian Democratic Party, CDU, in an internal vote, voted for the candidacy of the president against that of the popular Bavarian leader. After a week of a fragile duel between the two men and a rare crisis within the disciplined formation, Soder had indicated during the day that he would abide by the decision of the governing body. That was it for our edition for tonight, our beloved viewers. Thank you for being with us and make sure to stick around for the French version of this edition with our colleague Samater. Thank you and spend a lovely night.